Hi everyone, it's me Plantain Charlene, and today I wanted to talk about plants that I will purchase after they stop trending. Okay, so here's my usual MO. I'm shouting out everyone who has watched my videos, subscribed to my channel, liked, share, commented, click the bell to know when a new video is posting. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about trending plants, affordability or availability, whatever it is. I have several plants on my list that I have been waiting out, trying to see when they will stop trending or become less popular so that I can actually afford to buy it. And I am willing to wait. For example, one of the plants that I waited out was a chain of hearts or string of hearts, the variegated. And I wanted to purchase this plant as soon as I saw it because I think it's really beautiful. I am into, I believe this plant is like a succulent plant. I'm not sure if it's really considered a succulent plant or not, but it's really beautiful, both the non-variegated and the variegated. Fast growing, easy to care for, easy to propagate, just all around perfect, right? So when it was trending, the size for, well, sorry, not the size, but the price for a small pot, like maybe 2 inches or 4 inches, was so like 60, $80 that I was seeing. And I just don't think that's worth it for such a small size plant. Granted, it grows fast and easy to propagate, but if I've never had the plant before and I don't know if I can care for it properly, regardless of how easy it is, I just didn't want to spend that kind of money. So I waited and eventually I did purchase it for 35 or just under $40, I believe. Just this year or end of last year. Um, and it's in a 4.5, maybe almost 5 inch pot. And that I'm still over my number, my average budget, but I wanted it. Excuse me, I wanted it, and I was willing to just say, okay, buckle down, get it now, because this price either could go up or the plant will be gone because the number is decent. A second plant that I did purchase when it stopped trending is the variegated string of pearls. Now, this plant nowadays is like $9, $10 for a 2.5, 3 inch pot. And again, another plant that people say are easy is easy to care for, grows quickly, propagates easily, and now it's easy to find. So for me, I thought, let me buy it now because it's affordable and it's not as popular, so I'll get it now. It's still a plant. It doesn't need for to be popular, and that's the only reason why I'm buying it. Plant I don't have, and I really want it. And this should not be surprising at all to a lot of people out there because it is a hot plant for many to get if they don't have it already. And that is the Trubii Moonlight. I think the first time I saw it was on Crazy Plant Guy's. Uh, it was either his Instagram or his YouTube channel. And I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it still is to me. But it's still too pricey. I've seen on Etsy to get just a cutting that has one, maybe two leaves, and it's like $35. And that is just way too much. I don't know about everybody else, but that's way too much to me. The thing about the cutting for the Trubii Moonlight, I noticed that a lot of the sellers do a lot of clickbait. They show you a picture of the full plant, hoping that you'll click on it, not pay attention. Because some people, we don't pay attention. And then you realize, wait a minute, I only got a cutting. I almost made the boo-boo. Hence, I am guilty of what I'm saying. I clicked on it. I was about to purchase it, and then the brain kicked in and said, wait a minute. What are you getting for this number? Because there's no way you're getting such a bushy plant for $35. And when I looked, yes, it was a cutting, one stem cutting for $35, which is ridiculous. I think I've seen it as low as $24 and some change, but that's still too much for one cutting with one leaf on it. But to each their own. I am not judging. I'm just saying, for me, that does not work. I need a full plant for $25. So another plant that I really would like to have that I don't own, but I'm waiting for that number to go down, is this Antherium. I am not going to pronounce it. It's actually more than one Antherium, because I think this is absolutely beautiful. And again, going back to Crazy Plant Guy, on his Instagram page, he keeps showing the leaf, because it was a new leaf that unfurled, and the sucker is about two of his heads put together. Amazing, amazing. So when I see these things, it makes me want the plant more, but I go and search for it. I check the price, the availability, and I get my feelings hurt, because again, one leaf costs about 50-60 bucks. I'm not doing that for one leaf. I have put it, don't get me wrong, I have put them in my cart, because mentally I purchased it already. Okay, it doesn't matter how much it costs. Mentally, I've purchased it. I've purchased every last plant that I say I want, regardless of the price. But reality, not happening. For me, I feel like, do I have the skills to really, and the right home environment, lighting and humidity levels, and the water, because I have to use a filter for my water. So I'm concerned about spending a lot of money for a plant, and then it doesn't make it. What if I forget to water it, and then it dries out, or if I overwater it and I rot the roots? I can get over spending 15-20 bucks for a full plant, and that happens. I'm not going to be 100% happy about it, but it won't hurt, versus spending 20 bucks or $25 for a full plant and having it for a period of time, versus one leaf, kill it, and it costs me 50, 60 or more dollars. I, again, am not judging anyone who does this. If I could afford it, I would be buying it. Like, for real, I would be buying it. But my budget is, real limited. If I spend 50, 60 bucks on plants, I want to see a bag full of plants. And, I've come home and it's like never ending how many plants I'm just taking out of the bag. It's like going to a big box store. You spend that kind of money on a plant, and that much money for plants, you pretty much have several plants, unless you purchased a bunch of large ones, or those overpriced dyed orchids that they sell. Another rare plant that I would like to purchase that I can't afford right now is the jade Syndaxes. That one is another plant that I saw on Crazy Plant Guy's Instagram that oh my gosh, this is like, what I'm loving about it is the shape of the leaves and the deepness of the green. The plant is absolutely gorgeous, and though there's no variegation, which is fine, because I still am highly attracted to dark green, or any form of green colors, or green color leaves for plants. To me, there's something about the dark green that makes the plant look that much more attractive and beautiful, especially against the other colors in a home. Like if you have a bunch of dark green leaves, and then maybe you throw in a neon pothos or lemon lime, philodendron, or some type of variegated plant. It just really pops with each other. And then there's the pots, but that's another story. The Syndaxes, even in the exotica or the silver satin, the shape of the leaves to me is what makes the plant really stand out, next to the fact of the variegation on the leaves. Well, it's not really a variegation, but the pattern on the leaves. Which brings me to a next plant, which is, excuse me, still in the Syndaxes family, which is the Trubii Black, which is very similar to the jade. Again, the darkness of the leaves is what makes this really, really stand out to me. And I believe this I could care for, but I'm still not willing to spend the money. And should it go down, I'm going to snatch it up if I find it. And the shipping has to be right. I don't want to spend more in shipping for a plant than the actual cost of the plant. And I do see that a lot of people have purchased from Green Space ID. And I reached out to them because I wanted to understand about the cold weather. That was one of the issues that I mainly saw. People who purchased the plants. And though it might be warm one place, it may not be warm where they're traveling through. So I wanted to know if they had any type of heat pack or something, and they just said, oh, we know how to deal with cold weather. But they never answered me directly when I said, but do you sell heat packs? So that canceled and voided out the fact that I would buy the plants from them during this time of year. Okay, so another plant that I'm waiting for it to stop trending or become less popular is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. Alrighty then. That one, again, blaming Crazy Plant Guy, because it's his plants that I've mainly seen that I said, wow. And he lives in Canada, so he has the best stores where he's at, and they have all these beautiful plants. But I can't go to Canada. I can go to Canada, but I can't bring any of those plants back with me. And if I could, somebody please tell me below how that works, because I can go to Canada. I just need to know if I can bring the plants back. Okay, so another plant that I'm waiting for it to stop trending or become less popular is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. Alrighty then. That one, again, blaming Crazy Plant Guy, because it's his plants that I've mainly seen that I said, wow. And he lives in Canada, so he has the best stores where he's at, and they have all these beautiful plants. But I can't go to Canada. I can go to Canada, but I can't bring any of those plants back with me. And if I could, somebody please tell me below how that works, because I can go to Canada. I just need to know if I can bring the plants back. But anyway, back to this Alocasia Silver Dragon. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I do like a leaf that has a silvery sheen on it, which is why I purchased my Monstera Sultipacana. And I do own a couple of Alocasias, but I have the Black Velvet and it starts with an M, but I'll show a picture of it or a video. So now that I have these two and I know that I can take care of them, and I did not spend nowhere near the money that it cost for this Silver Dragon, I would be willing to buy it once the number goes down, because I feel comfortable knowing that I can care for this plant. Yay! Another alocasia, going back into that dragon family, is the alocasia dragon scale. I don't know how to pronounce the whole thing, so I'm just gonna show you a video of it. This one, again, the two alocasias that I have are very similar. Now I know that alocasias are like spider mite magnets, but I have gotten into a better plant parent habit of washing my plants weekly to every other week, because this will help me control the facts of the plant pest, specifically spider mites. My home, I do try to keep humid with the boiled water in a large pot. And as noted before in another video, my humidity levels in my home average about 60, anywhere from 55 to 60. And this works, but it's not a guarantee to stop spider mites. Where I have a colocasia, which is very similar to an alocasia, but I have a colocasia that's in my bio orb, and it did catch spider mites along with my alocasia stingray. So I had to treat it twice, and I was a little surprised because the bio orb is an ecosystem and it's very humid in there. The humidity in there averages about 85%, so that's pretty high, and that's all day, you know, averaging that level of humidity. The most it drops is in the maybe mid 70s, but it even can go up into the high 90s, especially when I water it and then I close the top. That humidity from me watering the bio orb really helps the temperature of the humidity to go up. So I realized that humidity is not a guarantee to stop spider mites, so make sure you check your plants. And as far as alocasias go, they're pretty decent and growing. If you care for them right, they can grow pretty fast. You give them the right light, the right humidity levels, and you water it when it needs to be watered, which with alocasias, they don't like to be dried out completely. So you watch your watering levels, feed it some proper fertilizer. I, at one point, was using the fish emulsion and the iron, and I'm going back to that this year come spring, because I realized my plants grew faster versus these other type of fertilizers that are liquid fertilizers. So I'm going back to that. I'm not using the powder one until I run out of the fish emulsion and the actually it's the fish emulsion, the iron, and the other stuff I can't remember. So again, these alocasias are on my list. I keep doing a search on a site to see if the price goes down. It hasn't, but hopefully. Oh, I'm a fibber. It still wasn't low enough. It went down to $55, and I think it had 2 stems, 2 cuttings in it, but I didn't do it. And I'm regretting it as I say it out loud. But that's not bushy enough for me. But oh well. I'll check and see if it's there. I doubt it, but it doesn't hurt. I'm not going to go through every last plant that I'm looking to buy, because this video would become too long. But the last genus of plants that I want to talk about is Philodendron. I had no clue that the variety of philodendrons was so wide, and I have to say that if I would have known, I probably would have owned way more philodendrons than I do today. The philodendrons that I have are basic, like a monstera or a Birkin. Even though Birkins are like trending, but I found mine at a decent price. or oh my goodness, why am I forgetting? A neon, not neon, a lemon lime, or a heart shape, the green version of the lemon lime. My, oh my goodness, my mandula, whatever it is, philodendrons that I have are basic or common house plants, and I can find them easily. Maybe not so much the mandula, but there are so many more philodendrons out there that I really would like to own. And though I think that I could do it, I don't have like a high level of confidence, because there are different types of care for these philodendrons, and I realized a while ago that I gravitate more toward tropical plants, and there are so many tropical philodendrons that I really didn't know existed, and the more I see them, the more I want them. So really have to be careful. I think for them too, I don't know how fast they're going to stop trending. So again, the budget's gonna have to be put aside and add a little extra, and then do a big purchase, for one plant. Okay guys, that is it. Those are some of my plants that I would like to purchase. It doesn't matter the year, it's not limited to 2021. It all depends on when the plant stops becoming so popular or trending or rare. Ugh. In the meantime, I will continue purchasing what I can afford and be happy, and hopefully that Truby, because that's one of the top ones, will be available somewhere here near me, because I'm seeing people put videos out that plant is in Walmart or a big box store. As usual guys, thank you so much. I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. If you like, comment, please comment below. Let me know what you think about what I offered on my options of list of plants that I hope stop trending so I can afford to buy them. And let me know if you own any of them, or if you have the same issue that I'm having. Whatever the case may be, just talk and I'll respond. Okay, on that note, I will say thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Please be careful out there, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless. Bye.